guys, good morning. I'm Kimberly Jolly from Fat Quarter Shop, and we are September 30th, 2022, and that means 86 days till Christmas. So, gosh, the year has really gone by fast. Today is a really special live stream because we're going to talk about Sewcialites, and that is a free Quilt Along that we're going to be starting very soon, where we give you 24 free block patterns in 3 different sizes. So that's actually 96 free patterns, I think. So what we're going to do is talk in detail about that. We're also going to talk about our free Christmastime Sew Along that's going on right now. We're going to show a ton of quilts and a ton of inspiration so you can find something that inspires you to sew this weekend. So I wanted you to make sure that you stay till the end, because at the very end we are going to have a coupon code and we're also going to have a giveaway. And then just for everyone joining that's never joined before, I'm Kimberly Jolly from Fat Quarter Shop. We go live every Friday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we just talk about lots of stuff. So sometimes we have tutorials, sometimes we have patterns, but we do offer a lot of inspiration and a lot of free patterns. So I hope that you start joining me every Friday. And we're going to jump right into Sewcialites. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about Sewcialites 1. So Sewcialites 1 started in 2020. And it finished in 2021. And with that one, we had 3-inch, 6-inch, and 9-inch block instructions that are free. And this is the quilt that I made that uses the 3-inch blocks, and it's in our free setting. So you can find the blocks, the setting, and everything at fatquartershop.com if you want to make this one. And we're excited that now we're going to announce and bring back Sewcialites, and we're calling this Sewcialites 2. So what I wanted to show you was in Sewcialites 1, we have this binder, and we just had page protectors, and we just had everything in here that we needed. And all of this you can download for free on fatquartershop.com. And then here, these were just little notes I made while I was doing the videos. And so now I'm going to show you Sewcialites 2. We're bringing it back, and we're celebrating our quilting community with a free block of the week for 24 weeks. So we have joined forces with 24 talented designers to bring you all new unique sampler blocks and lots of options. You're going to meet your fellow Sewcialites by joining the Sewcialites Lounge on Facebook. So it's a Facebook group. We will be posting weekly updates there. You can also ask questions. I've already seen questions on fabric, so you can get a lot of advice in there. You're also going to want to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for updates and share your progress. And you'll share your progress with the hashtag Sewcialites2. So let's go over the release schedule a little bit. Starting Friday, October 21st, with breaks for Thanksgiving and Christmas, we're going to release 1 block every Friday. Now, there will also be a video that shows you how to make the blocks. Each Friday, the new block pattern will release on our blog and on our website, and I'm going to do a tutorial on the YouTube live stream each day. Now, the live stream will just be longer. We'll just have more. So we'll have part tutorial and part what we also already do. So you can buy this binder at fatquartershop.com, or you can use the one from last year. And again, 1 block each week from October 21st to April 14th. And then after April 14th, we'll go into finishing and backing. So the most important thing to do is we're going to zoom in real quick to the fabric requirements. This is going to be the #1 question you guys ask. So I wanted to go into it and talk about what I'm going to be doing so that you can always refer to this. So what you want to do first is go to fatquartershop.com and search Sewcialites 2 information packet. And then that's going to give you your fabric requirements that I'm going to go over in a second, a coloring sheet that we're going to talk about in a little bit, the block schedule. So this tells you the picture of the block, the designer, and the order it's going to release in. And then due to requests from last time, we're giving you the different triangle or foundation paper you would need for each size. So for example, if you're going to do the 3-inch blocks, you would purchase these, or a lot of you already have it, and it's all listed. And if you were going to do the 6-inch, this is what you would need. And then 9-inch, the same thing. And you might see a little tease on the table right now if you're paying close attention. But we added this just because when I start doing all of my sewing, I will be showing you things with foundation paper. Now we do write the pattern where you do not have to have the foundation paper, so you will be fine if you don't have this, because a lot of people don't use these. This skill level will vary from beginner to intermediate to advanced, so this kind of has a little bit for everyone. Now if you see in Sewcialites 2 maybe a block that's too hard, maybe this one, maybe you look at that and think, oh, that's too hard, you can go back to Sewcialites 1 and pick an easier block to sub into your quilt. Okay, so I'm going to talk about in detail the fabric requirements. Now remember, when we started this, Sewcialites 1, we kind of just said, oh, use your scraps. And y'all didn't really like that because you really wanted something to start with. So first, I'm going to say again, use your stash. But if you're not, we have fabric requirements. So if you're going to make the 3-inch blocks, your quilt will finish at 33.5 inches square. You'll need 1 layer cake, 2.25 yards background. Now this is, I would always add a little bit if you're going to starch. You're going to need 4 fat quarters for the finishing, and I'm going to show you where those go in a second with the pop-up in a second. You'll need binding and backing. For the 6-inch blocks, your quilt will be 66.5 inches square. And we're recommending 32 fat quarters for a variety of prints, but of course you can use fewer. 4 5/8 yard background, and then for finishing 1 fat quarter and 3 5/8, and then binding and backing. For the 9-inch size, your quilt's going to be almost a queen, so it'll be 99.5 inches square. 32 fat quarters, 8 1/8 yards background, 1 1 1/8 yards for finishing, and then 3 3/4 yards finishing, and then binding and backing. So basically, the summary of this, if I was you and I was doing this at home, if you want to have the 3-inch blocks, just go ahead and get 1 layer cake and find a background. 6-inch or 9-inch blocks, pick 32 fat quarters and background. You can add the finishing, the binding, the backing later. And all of the quilts are pre-cut friendly or scrap friendly. And that is that. Now what I'm going to do is show you what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to talk through what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to give you some options. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my quilt with the Dwell Fat Quarter Bundle by Camille Ross Kelly from Moda Fabrics. And you're going to get to see some blocks in a little bit. But what I'm doing is I've got this, which is Dwell. This is the background from Dwell. Now all of the quilts and the blocks I'm about to show you, the fabric is not in stock yet. But we're sewing with those because it will be in stock soon. And we should have plenty of it in stock because we ordered it especially for this. And this one is free. There's no membership. This is just completely free. And so I'm going to be starting with this Fat Quarter Bundle and the background from Dwell. Now, if you don't want to wait for this background, you could also use my favorite background, which is 20708-36, and they're almost the same. So either one would work, but don't feel like, one thing I've been doing this year that I've never really done before is backgrounds are still selling out. And so that means they also sell out for me. So I've just been using this 20708-36 and the white from A Beautiful Day if I need something. So don't feel like you have to have a background that goes with the collection. And also, if you want to save some money, since fabric prices are going up, you could always use the Bella Solid because that's cheaper per yard. My binding is going to be this. And then I'm going to complicate things for you. So I'm going to do, and I'm doing all of this based on feedback from Sewcialites 1. So blocks 1 through 8, I'm going to sew in the 9-inch size on camera. Blocks 9 through 16, I'm going to sew in the 6-inch size on camera. And the remaining blocks, I'm going to sew in 3-inch on camera. And then I'm going to put all those quilts together in a new design that's going to be free that Jocelyn's going to design. So if you want to do the same thing as me, we will have all of that on the blog, and so you can tell what I'm doing. And I do want to talk, we're going to pop up the image of the quilt just so you can kind of see. So you see the 4 pink friendship stars on the corner. That would be considered one of your finishing fabrics. The 4 teal that are kind of in the center on the edge, that's a finishing fabric. The gray in the center, those friendship stars are a finishing, and then the 2 blue in the center are a finishing. So like I said, you don't have to pick those yet. I just wanted to show you where they go. I think to make things easy, I would either find something from your stash and a background and then go from there. I wouldn't I'm going to show the rulers real quick. So these blocks I'm about to show you, Teresa has made all of them because I'm going to be making mine on camera. Oh, and then another thing I wanted to show you was we went ahead and put blank inserts here, binder inserts, and we just put our paper. We just got them from Office Depot. So there's that. And then I have this, we're going to have a coupon code for this Sewcialite charm at the end. And I have mine here just because it's cute. And I like to hear it. But one thing that Teresa wanted me to show you, because she's been making the blocks you're about to see, is she found that the Itty Bitty Rulers by Lisa Bonjean are very helpful. So I will keep these in the film room, and then when I'm sewing, if I feel like I need, the reason that she likes them is a lot of these, a lot of them are really small sizes. So you might see an 1/8 of an inch. 3/8, 7/8, especially on that 3-inch size. And this ruler marks every 1/8. So we'll see how much I use these. You definitely do not have to have them. Teresa just recommended them and said that it was really helpful when she made her blocks. And there are 4 different rulers available. They're all by Creative Grids, and they're all designed by Lisa Bonjean of Primitive Gatherings, and she does a lot of small blocks, so she designed these to make her piecing easier. So now what I'm going to do is show you blocks, and I'm going to show them to you out of order, and talk about why I'm showing you today rather than later. So all of the 3-inch blocks you're going to see are going to be in these colorways. So the 3-inch is going to be displayed using Nutmeg by Basic Gray with a grunge as the background. The 6-inch is going to be displaying Dwell by Camille Ross Kelly with the background that I just showed you from the collection, but the one that I said you could also use 20708-36. The 9-inch blocks you're going to see are using Cinnamon and Cream by Fig Tree Quilts, and this is the background from the collection. Now, you're going to see all of these. So this would make a 33-inch quilt 66-inch quilt, 99-inch quilt. And this time we're doing 24 blocks, which is slightly different than before. Now, I'm going to show you, I'm not going to tell you the designer or any of that. We're just going to talk about color theory. So the reason I'm showing you these today is so that you know that when you watch the video, for example, for this block, I'm going to sew one of the sizes, give you tips on that size, but I'm also going to have these blocks to give you a starting place for fabric. So the number one question we get is, I just don't know how to do my fabric. I don't know how to pick my fabric. Well, we've already kind of done a modern, traditional, we've already done some color placements for you so that you have an idea where you can start. So I'm just going to be showing blocks. They're going to be in no particular order. And this is 18 of the 24. And the only reason we haven't shown you all is because they're not all sewn yet. And so, when you're making this, you could always reverse the prints and the backgrounds, but this is going to be enough to get you started and get you a good placement. I feel like if we just gave you one option, it might be harder to pick fabric. By seeing 3, it definitely should inspire you. Now, if you're going to starch, the pre-cuts should be enough. The backgrounds, I would order more. And the layer cake will only be used for the 3-inch. You cannot make the 6-inch with a layer cake. You've got to have bundles. And if you're using paper, you should be fine because the paper doesn't waste anything. And if you're going to do a fat 1/8 bundle for the 6-inch blocks, you could do that, but you might run out. So, but like I said, just start with scraps. And we don't know the finished size of the one I'm doing because it's not designed yet. And this one I wanted to show you. Teresa always marks her blocks, but I wanted to show you, we have some pressing instructions in the pattern that show you how to press different ways. But Teresa has sewn all of the sample blocks pressing open because she's our sample maker and she loves to press open. So I will probably press all of mine open. I don't think when you're making the 3-inch, it would be a good idea to not press open just because those are so small. And thank you to the Bothola for the super chat. And then from Julie Washburn, FQS is my favorite sewing cross-stitch shop. I always trust I'm getting great quality and excellent customer service. Thank you. We do try our very best. And then, Roxanne gave us a super chat, and she gave me a little dog shaking his hips saying thank you. That's so cute. And then thank you to Lene Reese also for the super chat. And another thing I would advise you on is go to the Sewcialites Facebook group right now. Everyone is posting different images from the Fat Quarter Shop site and saying, do you think this would look good? Do you have a background recommendation? It's a very collaborative and people give advice. And like I said with this, just start with scraps. Start with what you have or start with a pre-cut or 2. I do think using one background is a great idea though, because using multiple backgrounds would get messy. Okay, so this question is, she's looking forward to the releases, but she doesn't use Facebook or Instagram. Well, you can just go every Friday morning to fatquartershop.com. Our free pattern will be there. It will also be on the blog, and every Friday you can come watch me make the block. So you don't have to be on any of the social media. The social media is a great place to get a community to be able to ask questions and get advice. Now, you can always ask me questions and I can always help if I know the answer. And I would go ahead and order the foundation paper now if you're interested in it. A lot of you already have it, but just use that guide and just have it on hand. This starts next month, but we didn't write down exactly which block uses which, just because I'll be showing that on camera. And again, I just wanted to let you know that these are all free patterns. And one thing to look at is here, when we colored this is a medium print. This is a low volume print. This is a low volume print. So we didn't color them all matchy-matchy, if that makes sense. And then here, I can see that this goes this way, and this, one of these is turned wrong. We'll fix it. I think it's this one is turned wrong. And that's gonna happen. When I sew, that's gonna happen. You're gonna see mistakes like that throughout. Just comment and tell me so Ashley can tell me and we can fix it. And then this one's pretty cute because this is an easier block. But to make it really cute is Teresa put a little birdie in the center. So even though it's an easy block, she fussy cut that little bird. And this one, you know, you could use all one color. You know, you don't have to use, so the 3 sizes, if you follow exactly what I do on the live stream, you will be able to make 1 quilt. We do not know the size yet or the layout because we are still designing it. So this takes, I would say, thousands of hours to do this program. It's completely free. There are so many people behind this program making it happen. It's all free to you. So we don't, just because like it's free, so we don't have like everything done right up front just because so many hours go into designing, sewing, coloring, printing, putting it on the site. The finishing prints can, I would make them different, but you could do either. So, and then this one, really pretty. And then this one's really, this one again is Zen Chic. And that grunge I feel really makes. You could use linen for the background. I think it would be very difficult on the 3-inch and I think it would become too bulky. So if I was gonna use linen, I would only do it on the large one. This one's really cute. It's a little kind of, oh, it's a butterfly. And then that is fussy cut. So you get lots of inspiration each week. I'll talk about color theory. I'll talk about, I'll show cutting, and I'm gonna show just all kinds of tips. And you can either, and a lot of times what I like you to do is just try it one time. You'll know if you like it or not. You don't always have to follow what I do. But this one for sure, I'm gonna have definite tips on how to do this, definite tricks. And if you, it took me a while to get this trick down. Once you get it down, you can use it on quilts going forward and it's gonna make your quilts beautiful. But I am gonna show lots of tricks, tips. This one's really easy, so that's fun. And then this one, you know, instead of putting that background on the outside, we put low volume just to give it a little bit more life. Of course, you could put a medium print, but I think it'd be pretty boring with just a background. I think a red, white, and pink would look great. I think Halloween would look great. I think Christmas would look great. I think for this quilt, the best advice I could give you is Lori's advice. Pick what you love and sew with it. If you love the fabric, you'll love the end result. Don't force yourself to make a fabric you don't like. You could mix and match different designers. There's so much you can do. And then this one, I mean, this is a pretty hard quilt block, so I'll have lots of tips on that one. And of course, you can always join me. You can always ask questions. You can even ask questions. She put another little birdie. You can even ask me questions after the live stream, and we're always happy to answer. And then this one's kind of cool. It's like a little, it's kind of like a little lock. And you can see it a little bit more here than here. It's kind of like a little locket. And so make sure you bookmark this video because this is gonna have everything you need for facts for this. All fabric requirements, all collections, all sizes, everything. Oh, thank you to Holly Martin. Thank you to everyone at Fat Quarter Shop for Sewcialites too. The free content you provide is greatly appreciated. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so now I wanted to let you know we are so happy to have the talented designers designing for us. And what we've done is we've done a cute little video of some of the designers so that you can put a name with the face for some of the designers. Not all of them sent videos, but it's a great way to see who's designing these free blocks for you. And it also gives you a way to contact them, you know, to find them on social media or their website. And on all of the patterns that that designer designs, we put, you know, any way that you can find them if you want to find out more about them. So let's sit and watch the video for a second.
Hi, I'm Robin Pickens. This is my last year's Sewcialites Sew Along. I hope that you are doing this year's. You can find me at robinpickens.com for my blog. On Facebook, Robin Pickens Color and Quilt, and Instagram, Robin Pickens. Please come sew with us.
Hi Sewcialites, my name is Barbara Groves. I design quilting patterns, books, and fabrics for Moda. I like to hang out on Instagram, so follow me there, and I'll see you soon.
Hi, my name is Jessica Dayon, and you can find me on my blog at jessicadayon.blogspot.com and also on Instagram at Jessica Dayon.
Hey Sewcialites, my name is Camille Ross Kelly, and I am a Moda fabric designer and pattern designer as well. You can find me online at thimbleblossoms.com, on Instagram at thimbleblossoms, and even on Facebook under Thimble Blossoms by Camille Ross Kelly. I'm excited to sew with you guys.
Hello, I'm Doug Lico from Antler Quilt Design. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Doug Lico.
Hey y'all, it's Susan Aki here, and you can find me on Instagram at yardgrl60.
Hey everyone, I'm Beverly McCullough of Flamingo Toes. You can find me at flamingotoes.com and at Flamingo Toes on Instagram and Facebook. Super excited to be here.
Hi, I'm Lisa Bonjean from Primitive Gatherings. You can follow me on my Stitch with Lisa Bonjean on Facebook, my blog at lisabonjean.com, Instagram at Lisa Bonjean, and my Stitch with Lisa Bonjean YouTube channel. See you there.
Hi, I'm Lisa Alexander from Moda Fabrics. You can follow me on both Instagram and Facebook at ModaLisa with 2 S's.
Hey everyone, I'm Andy Knowlton. My company name is A Bright Corner. Come and visit me at abrightcorner.com or on Instagram and Facebook at A Bright Corner.
Hello fiber friends, Charisse Nicole of Sew Hooked on Treasures. You can find me on my website, sewhookedontreasures.com, which conveniently has the links to all my socials, Pinterest, Instagram, you name it, at Sew Hooked on Treasures.
Hi, I'm Chelsea Stratton, and my pattern company is Chelsea Stratton Designs. I'm so excited to be a Sewcialite, and you can find me on social media at Chelsea Stratton on Instagram and www.chelseastratton.wordpress.com for my blog.
Hi, I'm Sherry McConnell. I'm super excited to be a Sewcialite again this year. You can find my pattern company, Quilting Life Designs. You can also find me at my blog, www.aquiltinglife.com, and on all the other social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, at A Quilting Life.
Hi, my name is Corey Yoder of Coriander Quilts. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube at Coriander Quilts, and on my blog at corianderquilts.com.
Hi, I'm Joanna Figueroa, and my company is Fig Tree Quilts, and you can find me on Instagram at Fig Tree & Co, on Facebook, and my website is figtreeandcompany.com.
Hi, I am Vanessa Gertzen of Lella Boutique. I am a quilter and fabric designer for Moda Fabrics. To find me on social media, just look for Lella Boutique.
Hi, I'm Jackie McDonald, and I design for Moda Fabrics under my brand Sweetfire Road. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Sweetfire Road, or find me on my website at sweetfireroad.com.
Hello, I'm Brigitte Heitland from Senchic, a German designer. I love to create modern and sophisticated fabrics and quilt designs, and my quilting aesthetic is less is more. You can find me on Instagram at Senchic Moda and on YouTube at Senchic Quilting, where I sew along with you.
Hi, my friend. It's Pat Sloan here. It is going to be such an exciting time sewing the Sewcialites with you. You can join me at YouTube at Pat Sloan, over at Facebook at Quilt Along with Pat Sloan, Instagram, same name, Pat Sloan, and I have a website, newsletter, so I hope you join me and we will have a great time.
Hi, I'm Jane Davidson
from Want It Need It Quilt, talking to you from sunny Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. You can find me on Instagram at QuiltJane or my site quiltjane.com.
Hi, I'm Maddie Nelson. My mom, Carrie, is a Sewcialite. I'm not really sure what that is, but I know it involves fabric and blocks. And you can see what she makes right here. And yes, she's holding a toy to keep my attention.
Yay! So I hope you have enjoyed seeing a name to the face. Some of those designers I've never even seen before, so that's totally awesome. We're always trying to invite new people to be part of our quilting community. Now remember, save this video because this has all the information for Sewcialites. And so when I start block 1, I'm not going to be able to go back and answer all the questions. So we're trying to get everything answered here. So any question you have, pop it in. And the reason why is I'm going to forget the answer because I have so much data in my head. But you can combine Sewcialites 1 and Sewcialites 2. And the reason why is when you look, they're both 3, 6, and 9. Now Sewcialites 1 has more blocks than Sewcialites 2. A low volume fabric would be something like this. That is like not light, not dark. It's got a little bit of busyness to it. And my definition of low volume does not always match other people's definitions. So it's kind of one of those, leave it to the person to decide. And I'm going to be using the Dwell fabric collection, and I'm going to be using the Dwell background. The finishing prints, again, we're going to click on that image. So when you look at it, the pink friendship stars on the corners, the green on the outside in the center, the gray and the blue, those are your finishing fabrics. But I do think start with your blocks and you can add your finishing later because then you can see kind of how it's looking. I pre-ordered the new fig tree and I love how it is looking in the 9-inch block. When is it due in? I don't want to get behind. It should be in the next month or two. Moda's still a little bit behind on shipping, so I can't give you an exact date, but we are starting with some of the easier blocks, so it won't be hard if you get behind. Now we are getting a couple of questions on what is a good fig tree background if you don't want to use Cinnamon Cream's background. So I think, now I don't have it next to each other, but I think 20457-21 would match because that is in stock now and that's part of Christmas Stitched. What I do is just look at that designer's backgrounds to see. The instructions do not say if it's easy, intermediate, or advanced, but I can tell you that on each video. If you mix designers, would you stick to one designer per block or go totally scrappy? I think it's whatever you're comfortable with. And if it was me, if you're gonna mix them, I would just mix them all up. Okay, Lori says 55276-32 are several different backgrounds, but not just one background. Looking for just one background in Dwell. Okay, can you copy paste that SKU into Moda's site? Because I don't know what SKU that is off the top of my head. Let's see. That is just a white on white. So if you look at 55276-32, that's just a white on white. That's just one color. It's not, now the -32 is the color. There might be like a -14 or a -15 and those are different colors, but that specific one is the white on white. I thought FQS was starting the Scrappy Quilt with Lori Holt in October. So we are starting a Scrappy Quilt Along later in the year. We're talking about that in a different live stream, but we are working on the support group in October. So we do lots of things, and we don't always just do like one thing. So we do lots of things and mix and match, and we don't just say, okay, we're only gonna do one thing. Is your design for Sewcialites, are there mixed blocks in each layout? Okay, so we're gonna go over that one more time. If you're looking to make this one, you're going to use one size blocks. If you're going to do what I do, you're going to mix it up, and I will give you more information later. Bex from Texas says, they already forgot, is it a block a week or a block a month? Every week starting October 14th. Thank you to everyone involved. You are so generous. What is the quilt on the left? So that is Charm Pack Crispies. And this is Sunnyside. Can a jelly roll be used for 3-inch blocks? No. I mean, you could try it, but I would not recommend it. I know you said it's free, but do we need to do anything to join? No, you just need to be on our newsletter list and sign up to be on our blog list, follow us on social media, and then you'll start getting notifications when everything comes out. Oh, and we got lots of super chats. So thank you to Pamela Soper, Jean Suber, and Jody Murphy. Thank you so much. Okay, so that is the end of Sewcialites. Now, any questions that y'all have about Sewcialites later, just put them in the comments. We'll answer, Ashley will answer them so I don't get too confused. But now I want to show you Christmas time. So this is a sew along that we started. Now we started it a little bit late. We do have some kits left. The kit has the background, the fabrics for binding, and then the front and the back. So with this kit, you can even make the backing. So we are now on week 3. But since we have had some breaks and stuff, I'm going to show you all of them. So this is a completely free pattern. It releases on Tuesday, and we have a video and a pattern to show you how to make each of the blocks. And the 4th pattern releases next Tuesday. So this is Cup of Cheer. Hard Candy Christmas. That's 1 and 2. And then 3 is Christmas cards. And we've gotten a lot of questions on the Christmas cards. So I'm going to show it to you. So you have to theoretically think that it's like sitting up, right, and you see the card like a 3D. So sorry if that was... And I would, for Sewcialites, I would start, you'll have enough. And then thank you to Hajin Kim. Thank you to FQS Opportunity doing Quilt Along. I missed Sewcialites 1 because of recurring cancer, and now I'm excited about Sewcialites 2. I picked Promenade and Fig Tree background. Awesome. And there will not be a Sewcialites newsletter. There's just a newsletter at Fat Quarter Shop. So you just go to fatquartershop.com, go to our newsletter page. So our next Quilt Along in October is going to be support group. And with that, we have a paper and a PDF pattern. And each week we're going to make a row. And I'll be showing blocks. So there's actually 4 different bra patterns in this. So you can buy the pattern. You can also buy the quilt kit and the backing set if you're interested, or you can use any kind of, this is a great quilt for scraps. One thing I wanted to show you that Jessica said is, okay, so I'm going to show you some of what she did earlier in a second, but she used Doug Lico's mini folded corners ruler. You could also use the larger one. And she said it was really helpful for each corner on the bra. Some have more corners than others. So like on this one, there's 2. And so she recommends the Doug Lico ruler. Now we are doing this to raise money for breast cancer awareness. And Kevin and I are going to donate $5,000. Lori Holt is going to donate $5,000 to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. And if you would like to donate, we have a link that we'll provide in our blog, and it's on all the products for this. And we have right now raised $5,664. So thank you so much, because that gets us to $15,000. So we're hoping to reach a goal of $20,000. So what I wanted to show you is some inspiration. So Jessica, she runs our social media account, and she made this quilt, and I didn't even know about it until yesterday. So she likes really modern fabrics, so she took Ruby Star Society scraps, and then she added a Ruby Star background. It's Spark and the color Balmy. And what she did is she mixed different collections, golden, honey, and then just some other collections. And then the quilter for this is Sarah Campbell, and it took her 2 to 3 weeks, and this is her second quilt ever. So that's crazy good. I'm so proud of her. And then the next picture is the person she gifted it to. So her friend Suzanne is battling breast cancer in California. And so this is her with her quilt, getting her infusions. So best of luck to Suzanne. So, you know, let's flip to that photo again of the quilt, and then you compare it to this. It looks totally different. So just, you know, looking at this, you know, you can do so much fun stuff with it. And with this, we do also have a cross stitch. And if you didn't know, we have a Fat Quarter Shop Floss Tube channel. We go live every Wednesday. And in fact, next week we go live Tuesday and Wednesday. So if you haven't got enough of me here, you can go there. Okay, and I did want to let you know, Lori designed this quilt to honor her mother who survived breast cancer. The bras symbolize the primary part of the body that is affected with the cancer, and they're symbolic of the term support because they're supporting garments. The symbol expresses our support for women who are affected by breast cancer. And Cheryl has a cute comment. She says it would be cute to add bottoms and make a swimsuit. And I think it would be really cute if you added like trim here. Like you could do rickrack, you could do buttons, or I guess here. That'd be really cute. So that is coming up. So that is our third quilt we're going to talk about. So now we're going to move to Oh Happy Day. And I talked a little bit about it, but I'm going to kind of talk about it some more. So Corey Yoder has this brand new book called Oh Happy Day. It's published by Martingale. We took it to Office Depot and had it had a spiral bound put on it. Actually, Denise did it for me. So if you follow Corey Yoder, you will go to her blog, and it's Coriander Quilts. She has a YouTube channel, a blog, and all of the social medias. And you can download this sheet, which is the fabric requirements. And what it's going to be, and everything is on her site, but the quilt she's going to do is 62 by 62. And all the blocks in the book are 12 inches, so you're not going to need anything additional to do your blocks. But I did want to give you a tip. Each of the quilts has a pillow. So if you need instructions on making just one block, go to the pillow page. That's going to really help you. And I decided to make my quilt using her Buttercup and Slate fabric that just came out. And I am using the Fat Eighth bundle, which is what is listed. And you can find all the fabric requirements there. But I wanted to show you something that I did that I've been doing a lot lately. Is I do not need any more big quilts. So these blocks are all 12 inches. So when you look at this quilt, it's 12-inch block. I decided to change mine to 6-inch. And the reason why is it's easier. I love making small blocks. It's like really fun for me. It challenges me to come up with the math. And it's just a lot of fun. So I took the Buttercup and Slate Fat Eighth bundle, starched it, and I'm going to just press everything open. So I wanted to show you a couple things, but the first thing is, this is the called for background. It has little flowers in it. It's hard to tell. Should I do the front camera? No. Okay, so this is called for. This is Buttercup and Slate. Now, when I started this, yeah, they're, oh, perfect. You can see the little flowers. Now, when I started this bolt was not in stock in the store. I didn't have any of it because I did all my blocks already. I got ahead. And this bolt was in stock. This is A Beautiful Day, same designer. Beautiful Day was from our charity, Buttercup and Slate. So I went ahead and made all of mine using the Beautiful Day SKU, which is 2913411. So that's one thing that I've really made an improvement on, is just mixing and matching. In fact, I think the Beautiful Day matches it better. It's wider. So don't be afraid to take a collection from your stash. Maybe you have pepper, it was called like pepper and bark or something. Pepper and flax. If you have the pepper and flax Fat 8th bundle from years ago, use that and just add one of the backgrounds from the same designer and it will be totally fine. So that's something that I did to improvise. And then I'm going to show you what I did. So we're going to do a little pop-up of how I saved time. So this is all of these different units. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. So I laid it out and I'm going to try to replicate Corey's colors that she has. So I chain pieced them all together and then I flipped them all over at one time, pressed them all open, cut them apart, and it made it super fast to chain piece this block. So I probably did this block in like maybe 20 minutes. And if you want to make your block the same size as mine, you will cut all of your rectangles 1.5 by 2.5 instead of the instructions. Now, if you're going to make them the 12 inches, you'll follow the instructions on page 32. This block is Generations of Love. Okay, so now I'm going to show quilts that came back from the quilter. Okay, now I'll show you on the table. So 2 weeks ago, we talked about trimming this down, and Maggie Honeyman in Dallas quilted this for me. And I wanted really, really tight quilting, and I kind of felt like the feathers had the mood of the trees. This quilt is called Branching Out, designed by Susan Aki. Free pattern on Moda Fabrics blog, and I'm sure you can find it on Susan Aki's Instagram, which is Yard Girl. So just wanted to show you that, and I'm going to show you the binding. We leave 1/4 inch or 1/8 of an inch around. So what Teresa does my binding, and what she did is from this intersection right here, she drew a 1/4 inch line apart, and then when she attached this, I have enough so that it's not skimpy in there, and that it will attach each time she did it, it matches the edge. And I used all scrappy. I started this one in January, and I do try when manufacturers have free patterns. Anytime I see a free pattern out there, I try to support it by sewing along, because it's a great way for you to use your scraps and not feel like you always have to like buy a quilt kit. But this one, I used scraps from Fig Tree. I didn't have enough, so I ended up buying some on Etsy, and each left and right is only used once. So and then what I tried to do was tie the binding. You'll see it better once it's sewn, is once this binding is down, it's gonna really tie this and this together. And this is a great fall quilt. I can't wait to take it home. So y'all will get to see it once Teresa finishes the binding. So this is one quilt. Oh, I want to show you the label too. So on this one, actually had an extra block. I added a border, and then we just added some to the side, the top and bottom. And see this little label here? Sorry, I can't. It's so heavy. Okay, so a customer mailed me little labels of Piggy, and it says handmade by Kimberly Jolly. So thank you to the customer who sent me that. Piggy is now in a quilt, and I have to show him. He'll just pee on it. How many quilts have I made this year? I'm at 35. This is 2.5 inch binding. And all the questions y'all are popping in there, I will answer. So some of them I have to refer to sheets to find the answer. So this quilt you guys have not seen in a long time. Okay, so we showing you that way so you can see the layout we came out with. So for all of you who don't follow me every week, this is the free Riley Blake block challenge for 2022. And what we did is Jocelyn, these are the free blocks right here, the 10 inches. And Jocelyn designed this free setting. So if you want a free setting to use with 10-inch blocks, you now have that. And it really ties together the design. Now, I started this quilt in January, long time ago. This fabric is by Bev McCullough, and the collection is called Quilt Fair. So this fabric is now out of stock. This fabric is going to be the binding also. So that's going to look really cute because I do try to somehow tie my binding into my quilt. It's going to look really nice. Now this is an example of trimming 1/4 inch away and adding your binding. And we have lots of videos on how I do this on our channel. Maggie Honeyman quilted this. And this is a new notion that has just come out by Riley Blake Designs. And it is a perfect opening for 2.5 inch strips, and you just wrap your binding on it and it put a little pin, and it's going to keep it so that it doesn't go everywhere. So I'm really excited about this. I think we're already sold out of this, but we have it on order. I'm going to email myself that SKU so I can make sure we have enough on order. We weren't really sure how it would sell, but it kind of matches perfect with this. So again, another free pattern for you guys, but we really felt like, I'm going to kind of show you. There we go. Like we really felt like the blocks, they're very busy and I didn't want them to get lost, and I felt like they really needed this to make the block show up. One thing that I did is the blocks here, it's hard to tell, we might have to zoom in. These use the print that has a sewing machine that's pink. And then the border and the sashing have a blue sewing machine. And you can't really tell, it's just something I did that's different. So you could always use 2 different backgrounds. And again, my binding is cut 1/4 inch away. I put pink on the back because I think that a blue check is going to look really cute. I always want my binding to pull something from here and here. So from the front, you can see it pulls from this, and from the back, it pulls from all the pink tones. And then I'm gonna look and see what I did for my label. And again, Maggie Honeyman quilted this one. Okay, so this one, just sewed the backing together, just 2 seams, and then took a label from Sweetwater, that's a long one, and just added some borders to it, folded it under with the seam press. What are those called? Hot hammer. Folded those under on the hot hammer, sewed it down, and then it's quilted on top. So that is a free block patterns from Riley Blake. Free quilt layout from us. Now we're gonna move to quilt kits. And so these are gonna be future items. So we decided, now Katie does all the photography here. And when she does it, we rent a house and she photos all these. And then she photos them, and then they want to go back to their original owner. So I decided we're going to start showing when she photos, we're going to show it in the live stream that week. And these are going to be future. So you'll find it on our website. You can click to be notified. This one is called Painted Ladies. It uses the Dwell Jolly Bar, which should be coming out pretty soon. That's the same collection I'm using for Sewcialites too. This finishes at 72 inches square. Angel made this and designed it. Gina Tell of Thread Graffiti quilted it. And I want to show you the beautiful label. So I'm going to flip it around so you can see it. So Angel made this block. The block is probably from Sewcialites. I actually don't know. We'll have to find out, but I think it's a Sewcialites block. She used her sewing machine to put the name of the quilt, and then she hand stitched the butterfly, and then she just used that hot hammer. You know, you treat your label like a quilt block. Then you use your hot hammer, fold it down. So I'm so excited about seeing this. So again, this one is called Painted Ladies. Another thing to look forward to is last week or a couple weeks ago, I did a video. It's called Jakarta. This is going to be one of those quilt as you go batting quilts from June Taylor. So you'll see that we've been releasing some June Taylor videos, and I sewed this all on camera, and I think it came out pretty good. I added some accent stitching, which is sometimes difficult for me. But very easy quilt as you go. Just wanted to show it to you. We will have a video coming out late November after Black Friday, something to do after Thanksgiving, before Christmas. So super awesome there. Okay, so those are my quilts. Now we're going to talk about Heartfelt a little bit. So all of our Heartfelt auctions are complete. Thank you so much to everyone who bid on our quilts. We raised from our quilts $5,810. So with the $5,810 plus the amount made on our Make-A-Wish page, which is $103,000, plus Mark Dunn's $10,000, plus Kevin and I's $20,000, that gives $138,911 to Make-A-Wish. That all has been given to Make-A-Wish so that they can start granting wishes. And at this time, Make-A-Wish Central and South Texas matched us with 6 different wish kids to receive their wishes. So we're going to show you 2 of them, and then as the others come in, we're going to show you those. So the first one is Victoria. She is the cutest little 7-year-old girl. She has a nervous system disorder. She loves watching movies, and her wish was to have a wheelchair ramp for her house so it's more easy for her to get in and out of her house. So that grant has been granted to Victoria. Our next little boy that y'all helped grant a wish for is Omar. He is also a movie lover. He loves the water, and he is going to be receiving an ADA accessible pool. So he's going to be receiving that once we get that installed. We will show you pictures so that you can see how all of these wishes really affect people directly. So thank you so much. We will be starting our campaign for 2023. That quilt and cross stitch is called Bountiful. Make-A-Wish is currently setting up the wish page so that we can start raising money for next year. So now I'm going to move to a couple of new things. We've got some new products. We've got just some new features, just some new stuff to show you. So Spooky Box. Every year we do these custom boxes, and we have some left. So we're going to reveal right now what's in it. And I'm going to talk a little bit. One thing that people always ask is, how do you come up with what goes in the box? What goes on behind the scenes? So I'm going to give you a little bit of that now. And this goes for any of the boxes. So sampler, specialty boxes, anything. But if you haven't got yours and you don't want to see it, don't look. But it is all over the internet, on YouTube, everywhere. So when you open your box, you're always going to have a cute box that you can save and use again for something else. Now, on these, you never want to throw these away because on the other side, there's a coupon. Now, I'm not going to leave that coupon there because only the people who get the box get the coupon. So don't ever throw these away when you get your box. And you will always get this, it's like a little trifold, and it tells you what is in your box. So your Bad to the Bone 21-inch piece stacker. So this is My Mind's Eye fabric from Riley Blake. So the first step in the process is Kevin and I and Jocelyn try to pick a fabric that is novelty, that is something that most people would like for that holiday. So obviously you know the color based on when you buy the box, what color your fabric is going to be. So that is all tied together. Now, we worked with Quilter Select, and each person gets a different colored thread and binding clips. The reason we picked this thread is Alex Anderson really likes it. I've never tried it, and I need to try it, but she has great reviews on it. And so I thought, you know, it's always great to try new things, so you can get this spool, see if you like it. If you like it, then you could add more colors to your stash. And then this, if you want to hear a funny joke, when this came, anytime anything from any of these boxes come in that's exclusive to us, I get one each. They put it on my desk. Well, I wasn't paying attention, so I used this as lip gloss for like 2 weeks before I realized it was not lip gloss. So it's great lip gloss, I'm telling you. So I was so embarrassed when I found out this is thread conditioner, but hey, it works as thread lip gloss too. But this is great for if you're doing cross stitch, it will give your thread texture, but if you're doing binding, that's the main reason you would use it, to keep your thread from unwinding. But I didn't read. Now that's also like an internal joke because I don't ever read anything and then I don't ever know what anything is. And then we have gotten so many people who love the Sew Tights product, and Libs Elliott had one that was designed with a skull, and we thought it matched pretty good with the fabric. And you can use this for several things. It's basically front and back, and you can use it to hold your English paper pieces in together instead of pins. You could do use this as a needle minder. So like, it could also just be a needle minder. And you could just decorate with it if you wanted to. And then the best part of the box is always the pattern. So the pattern is exclusive to the people who get the box. We don't release it. That's the only way you can get it. So Jocelyn designed this one, and it's called Scary Faces, and we're going to show you the quilt. And what we intend for this in any of these boxes is coupon, sorry. Good catch. So one thing is, you're going to get this fabric is going to make all your blocks, and then you'll just need to buy these two additional to do your background and your binding. So now we're going to show you the quilt, and Jocelyn designed Scary Faces. Terry Jungman pieced this, and Gina Tell of Thread Graffiti quilted it. And this is the recommended fabric. These two are the recommended fabrics. And then I'm going to show you the back that Terry put on it. So that is our spooky box. And then Sew Sampler, I wanted to let you know. So during COVID, we had such a sellout on everything. So now we are back to the normal Fat Quarter Shop where we can get orders out, where we can actually handle things. We might be able to add things back to our kitting department. We're getting back to like a normal, not quite normal, but closer to normal steady thing. So I wanted to show you that we have sew sampler spots now. And I thought it'd be great, I've never done this, but show you an example of one of the boxes. So this is August. You can no longer get this because August is all sold out. But we actually made this just for y'all because we are all sold out. But I wanted to show you. So this is what you would get in a sew sampler box. It's a monthly subscription box that automatically delivers surprise quilting goodies to your door every month. And each month will feature a specific theme that is sure to surprise and inspire you. So, like I said, you're always going to have this. You're going to have a coupon. The coupon lasts for like a month or two. I can't show you the back because the coupon is on there. And this one is really cute. So this one featured the Emma collection by Sherry and Chelsea, which we love Sherry and Chelsea. So this one came with, let's see how, 6 fat quarters. So I'm going to show you. We always try to find something that that sells really good in our shop because that is kind of an indicator of what our customers are looking for. This one also had a thread gloss, and this one is you don't put it on your lips. Just like the other one, you don't put on your lips, but you slide your thread through it, and it's going to give it some straightness to it, and it smells really good. And these scissors are really cool because they're great for the plane. They're small, they're actually super sharp, and they have this that's connected so that you don't poke yourself like I did this morning, and before I started the live stream, poked myself with some scissors. And luckily there was an employee right there to get me a Band-Aid because I was like freaking out. I didn't know where the Band-Aids were. And then this, oh my gosh, I have used this so many times. So this is now my new tape measure in my house. I use this to hang up my brand new swoon quilt. Kevin was like, oh, you have a tape measure now. I was like, yes, I am. Official. And in here you also get the Bliss block instructions. And I always show these to you. So this is that one for that month. And then this is the pattern you get. Now again, it's an exclusive pattern. Now after 3 or 4 years, we might do something with them, but for now, they're all exclusive. So this one is so pretty. It finishes at 51 inches. And what you'll do, I'm gonna show you here, is this is what comes in your block. It'll tell you what's in your box and then what else you need. And then we list the one that we make the sample of, the fabric. So we've got background listed, sashing, and binding listed. And this one, so this is the August box. Tammy Vonderschmidt made the sample. Gina Tell of Thread Graffiti quilted it. And then I'm going to show you in the front camera just so you can, well, I'm going to show you the backing and then show you on the front camera just so you can kind of see the size and the scale next to. And that's a really pretty print from the Emma collection. So, lots to look forward to. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to keep our sew sampler numbers steady. So we've picked a number, we're going to stick with that number. Once we sell out, we're not going to, we used to like increase, decrease and all that. And with COVID, we just stopped. So we've got a number, we're going to stick to it. Once that membership sells up, we will add spots as memberships drop off. But one thing, we've been adding a lot of new features to the site, and big shout out to Matt who got all of this done for us. I'm going to show you some new features. So what we did is Matt and Kevin, added a feature where existing customers can invite new friends who have never shopped with us before to shop with us with a coupon. So how it works is you refer an offer to another person, and then whatever deal they get, you get. So I'm going to show you how to use it in just some different ways. So you can use on the left-hand bar of Fat Quarter Shop, there's a little get $10. So if you click that, it's going to give this, and you put your name and your email, and you're going to share it. Whatever, so if you give 10, that person gets $10 off, you get $10 off. Another way you can use it is go to the very bottom of our website, and there is a little link there. It says give 10, get 10. You click that, and the same thing, you fill that out. So super easy. Now, if you are signed in under your My account, you can click right there where that cute little arrow is and refer a friend there. And after you place an order, you also get this, and you can do that there. Now, what I did see is you could copy that URL stuff and put it on social media, and that is a great way to share it because you'll probably get the most benefits from it for yourself. Then, if you're somebody who shops on a mobile site, just click that little 3-tier button right there, and it's gonna go right there, and you just click that. So I hope you guys use that. We feel like we're really known for our customer service, and we want to be able to share. So just if you are happy shopping with us, share that with any new customers, and then that gives you a benefit, and it's great for both of us. Now I'm going to move into what's new. I'm going to show some more kits, and I'm going to show some new products. So I can't wait. So this first one is the Hedge Roses Quilt Kit. It features the Flower Farm collection by Bunny Hill. This is a Jolly Bar quilt, so this pattern only comes in the Jolly Bar until it'll come out in a book in a couple of years. Angel designs all of our Jolly Bar designs. Sarah Campbell quilted this. She's a new quilter for us. And so we have this Jolly Bar in stock and quilt kit in stock, and this is the backing that Angel used when she pieced it. Oh, let's see if she has another label on it. Yes, she does. So you're gonna love this label. So a lot of times Angel will put her labels on the back on the diagonal. And the reason I think she does that is so when it comes back, now I haven't asked her, but I think it's so that she doesn't, it can just be floating, and if you put it, you know, it's not perfectly straight, you can't tell. So she put the name of the quilt in cross stitch, so this is Ada cloth, and it says Angel Hedge Roses July. She made it in July of 2022. She added a border, and I think this is really cute. This is on the salvage of the fabric. And the secret garden bloomed and bloomed, and every morning revealed new miracles. Frances Hodgson Burnett. And so she used that salvage, same thing, turned it under, she used the turned it under and stitched it down, and then when Sarah quilted it, it just quilts right on top, and the cross stitch just stays right there. This next quilt is called China Rose. It features the Country Rose collection by Layla Boutique. This one is also a Jolly Bar quilt. It's 56 inches by 72, pieced by Jessica. So Jessica's the one I talked about that made the support group quilt. This is her first quilt ever. Her second quilt was the support group, and then hopefully we'll be seeing more and more quilts by her. But she runs all of our social media, so you can always say hi Jessica on there, and if you ever get answered, it is Jessica. This one is the back, and I love anytime there is a check on the binding. So that's China Rose. The next one is a pop-up image. It is the Flower Farm Block of the Month, and this one we don't have the quilt here, so we're just showing you a pop-up image. This is the one that's always designed by Ann Sutton, who's known for her applique, and this is one of the Moda pre-packaged kits, and so that is now in stock. Okay, so now I'm gonna move into like new stuff. So this fabric is Love Lily, and it was the fabric we used on this stocking when we did the stocking video. And Kevin put it on sale. He cut some 3 1/4 yard packs and put it on sale 30% off. So it's a great background. It's got some creaminess to it, but when these sell out, they will be sold out. So we are hoping these sell out this weekend. So that is our kind of our sale for you this week. And then newer collections that have come in, we have been getting a lot of new Moda. So this is Isabella by Minnick & Simpson. And of course, with anything Moda, we always have all the pre-cuts. This is the wovens. And the wovens, these are silky. Some are silky. Let's see. Let me feel them all. They're all silky. So they're thinner and soft. Those are the wovens. This is Lazy Afternoon by Zen Chic. Leather and Lace and Amazing Grace by Kathy Holden. Wild Meadow by Sweet Fire Road, and you got to meet her in the video we just played you. And then this one is Figo Fabrics, which we have gotten some requests to carry. So this is Karen Lewis, and it's more of a modern but great background type collection. So I wanted to show that just because we've never featured Figo before. I might be saying that wrong, by the way. So that is our new fabric, but we have a lot of other stuff. So we, Ulfa sold us these a long time ago, like a year. We've been waiting a year for these. So Lori is so proud of this. She worked with them to get the perfect red for her new Splash rotary cutter. And it says, "Be in my bonnet, Riley Blake." So I'm not sure if this is limited edition or if they're gonna keep it around. I do need to find out. But this is now in stock and I'm excited. Now I won't use it because I only use the ergonomic. So I hope they will make one in the ergonomic. But this is the Quick Change Splash edition. And this is why I won't use it, just because I use this one that locks. And the long awaited, months and months waited, interfacing came in. And this is ST-4913. I hope it does not sell out. Please don't let it sell out. This is what I made my scrappy strings with. And one thing I forgot to show you guys last week or 2 weeks ago when I showed you is I did put batting in. And okay, this is interfacing, so when you touch it, it's got it's crispy. You can hear it. When you sew, it's soft. All that goes away. So I just kind of forgot to mention that. And I'm making a second one of these, so I can't wait. And I think I'm gonna take this home. One new thing we did for our cross stitch side of the business is we came out with this Halloween Town floss box. But we decided for quilting, it's great for binding on the go. So you can put your binding needles, wonder clips, and it's a magnetic closure. So it's great for if you go to like something with your kids, or put it in your car, it's less likely to open. And then some of these have already sold out, but we got some new zipper pulls from Ruby Star. I'm just gonna show them to you, and you could just type zipper pull Ruby Star. This is my favorite. And what you can do with these is you put them on the side of your bag. You just clip this open and then you just attach it to a bag. You could even attach it to your key ring, anything like that. And I am going to answer all the questions in a second. First, I'm going to show you the coupon. The giveaway is going to go after questions. So our coupon is, we have this Sewcialite enamel charm, and if you place an order through Sunday over $20, you get this free if you enter the coupon code that Jordan just popped up for you. So you can get this free. I love the size of it, because you can actually, if you put it on your keys, you can find it. So the offer is good through October 2nd at midnight. And one thing that I did yesterday, which I thought was really cute, is I put it on my binder. I thought it was cute. So now I'm going to answer questions and then we'll get to the giveaway. Okay, can you starch the Country Rose and Nantucket Jolly Bars when making the quilts? No, usually the Jolly Bars cannot be starched. Does it only come in 45? Yes. So that rotary cutter, that's just the only one it comes in. I just really hope they make one with the ergonomic, just because that's the only one I know how to use. The support group, I would say it's intermediate just because of the points, but I mean, maybe it's beginner. Jessica, it's her second quilt ever. Like, she said it was easy. She didn't have any problems. She did use the, so Teresa is teaching them some different tricks. And so I think Teresa might have taught her about Doug Lico's ruler. So, I mean, it was her second quilt, so maybe beginner. The Jolly Bar 4 book is coming out soon. It's at the printer. A binding holder, I know. When I saw that, I was like, why didn't we think of that before? What is the SKU number for Buttercup and Slate? Okay, it's on here. 2915211. And then if you want the SKU for A Beautiful Day, I'm going to get that one too. 2913411. I shared my support group on my daily video today. Good chatting with you. I've got to head out and do some work. Oh, thank you, Pat. So that's Pat Sloan. If y'all have not checked out Pat Sloan, you got to check her out. She's got a great Facebook group, great YouTube video, great tips, and she is a fabric designer for Benettex. Etta says, Kimberly, what do you do with all your wonderful quilts? Do you donate or collect them all? Greetings from Austria. So I donate about 8 to 10 a year for charities that we raise money for at Fat Quarter Shop. Some of them we stay here. Some of them I take to my kids. It kind of depends, but I have quilts coming out of my ear. That's why I've been making a lot of smaller quilts, because I don't really have anywhere to put them. So I'm more likely to use them if they're small, because they can just go on a table or something. Hi, Kimberly. Do you recommend a small scale fabric for the 3-inch blocks? Yes, I do. But I will say that the Zen Chic blocks came out really nice, and that is not small scale fabric. So, but if it was me, I would use small scale fabric. Can I find the scissors from the Sew Sampler box on the website? Yes, I think so. Let me look at the SKU number. DJ-1127. Type that in, and there you go. You can get you pick your color. Can any of your kits you sell be starched? So it depends. It depends which one. If it's a Moda quilt kit, maybe not. You kind of have to just sit, look at the instructions, look at the pre-cut, and see if there's enough to account for shrinkage. I would love to see a feature added to my pre-orders and subscriptions that I could sort by active, inactive, so all my active are at the top. Okay, so email Elva at fatquartershop.com and she can let you know. There might be a way to do that, and if not, she can forward your request to Matt so that we can look into that. Will Fat Quarter Shop ever offer quilt hanging hardware? I'm struggling to find one. Okay. So on that, as of now, no, because that's a space issue. But I got one. Ashley's going to have to put a link to it and the name, because I cannot remember the name. It's called like Hang It, Dang It, or something like that. I don't know what it is. I bought it on Amazon. So Ashley put a link in our Amazon shop and a cart, and I used that on my swoon, and it's a stick that it's like attaches in the middle. I don't know how to explain it. Kevin put it up, but it wasn't very expensive, and I don't see it, so that's great, because I didn't want to see I didn't want to see it, so that worked out good. It wasn't hard to hang or anything. I don't know what, but that is when I used my measuring tape, and Kevin was like, "Oh, you're so official," because Kevin likes to make jokes. He thinks it's funny. Sometimes I think he's funny, sometimes I don't. I will tell you that last night it was not funny when one of my children, who does not own a cell phone, called me and said, "Mom, is it you?" And I'm like, "Yes." And I knew immediately. He's like, "I think I'm at the wrong place. Like, my coach is in here. I don't think I'm at the right place." And I'm thinking, I am not on any of those football emails. Could you have called your father? I don't know. So I'm like, okay, hold on. I'll be right there. So I call Kevin. He's like, oh, I don't know. So anyway, yesterday we took our kid to the wrong place. We have 4 kids. We make those mistakes sometimes. And I was thinking about it yesterday. I went to lunch with one of my best friends from high school, and he has 3 like really little kids. Like they're so little. And he was like, we were talking about stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, Kevin, one time he left him at a carnival. He's like, he did? I was like, oh yeah. I mean, you know, we all make mistakes. I just make them less than Kevin. Will I make a mitered corner tutorial? Oh, I have one, and it's great. Check it out on Fat Quarter Shop. It's like 4 or 5 years old, and it's one of my best videos. Kimberly, share your quilting journal again, telling us again all the projects you have listed in front of your book, how many are completed and how many are whips. We can do that next week. We can add that, and yeah, it's at home, but yes. China Rose is a quilt kit. That one is a Jolly Bar, so it is only a pattern in the Jolly Bar. It eventually will come out in a book later. The String Quilt is a pattern from Lori Holt in her brand new Scrappiness is Happiness book. And we did sell out of those books, but now we have more. So if you want one, get more, because they're sending them to us in batches because of the paper shortage. Do I starch my jelly rolls? Yes, because they shrink across the length, not the width. And I'm not going to give away the size of the blocks for the scrappy string just because that's in Lori's book. I don't want to give that away. And then super chats. Oh my gosh, guys, thank you so much. So Susie Van Earden, Flory Wong, Kim Fuller. She says, thanks, Kimberly. I love watching all your videos, and I don't miss. Sometimes it's after, but I've gotten better since I started starching. Thank you. Pear character flying in the air. Cute. Thank you from Sally's Rock. And then Heejan Kim. She's been a member for 2 years. She says, thank you to FQS for opportunity for do Quilt Along. I missed Sewcialites 1. So she's excited to join in Sewcialites 2. So that is so awesome. So yes, I would definitely spend the weekend. I would go through, pick what you're going to use for your fabric. And crime shows. Okay. I'm going to answer that in a second. First, I'm going to give you your giveaway because I know a lot of you don't want to hear about my crime shows, but I have a crime story to tell you. I didn't bring any of the photos, but that's okay. So our giveaway, since Sewcialites 2 is starting, we're going to give away to 3 people a binder. And to enter to win the binder, drop a comment after the video is over and tell us if you're joining in and what fabric you're using so I know. Now, 3 people will win the binder. Ashley will announce it on October 5th in the community tab, but you have until Tuesday, October 4th at midnight to enter. So Amy, I'm going to tell you a little story. So we just went to Chelsea Carter's wedding, and it was in Milwaukee. Now, I planned all of this well before the Dahmer documentary came out. I am like obsessed with the how and the why with true crime, not the making them a good person, definitely focusing on the victims. And I knew I was going to Milwaukee. And my niece lives in Milwaukee. And so I sent her a text and said, hey, do you want to meet up Sunday morning? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, do you want to go to breakfast? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, do you want to go do like a Jeffrey Dahmer tour? And she was like, yes. And I thought for sure she was going to tell me no. She came and her boyfriend came and it was great. And they did a great job. It was all factual, all about the victims, all about... I could do a video on this channel that would get 1 million views, and it would be the top 10 reasons Jeffrey Dahmer should have got caught before he got caught, and how he manipulated everybody in the entire system and why he should have got caught so long ago. That'd be a great video. I could do it right now. But I tripped Denise. So the video, the tour I was taking, I didn't really trick her, but I was taking a tour, and the tour was in the downtown district where he caught all of his victims. And it was about each victim, their life, how it affected their families, that type of thing. But it was about the bars and the gay district and like where he would go. But I wanted to see where he lived. And I wanted to see where his grandma lived. And I wanted to see the Ambassador Hotel. And I wanted to go to the room. So I took Denise to breakfast. And then we drove all around, and then I realized my niece lives 7 streets from where Jeffrey Dahmer lived. And I was like, Hannah, are you okay? Like, are you gonna be okay up here? Because she's from Texas and she just moved there. And she was like, I live right here. I was like, yeah, you live right by it. So that was my last weekend event of crime shows. But other than that, I did not watch the Dahmer on Netflix. It was inaccurate, and that's okay. But if you're going to use the name, you should be accurate about the victims, and you should be accurate about what happened, and you should have the correct people. So I didn't watch it just because if you're going to use the name, make it be accurate, and it had too many inaccuracies for me to watch. But I hope you guys have a great weekend. Make sure to comment and let me know if you're going to be joining us on Sewcialites.